for the people to understand what, firstly, is Yogasana and where did it come from. So, firstly, to just mention, if just a few years ago, Yogasana started off in India, and it's spreading right through across the world itself. Now, what is Yogasana? Yogasana is the sport in yoga. That is something that is very debatable. Yes, just we were included just about 3 months ago in Yogasana. So it's very grassroots levels, very much in the embryonic stage of Yogasana at the moment. So we started with it being a sport. As everyone will realize that Yogasana was given to the United Nations and the world in 2014. And what then after that? As we all understand that children are very competitive. So they're very competitive, and therefore it's we had to include it becoming a sport. However, the question goes back. There were people in India, even as far away as 200 years ago, competing in their small ways. In their small ways, and we think it was never done. Yes, it was done. So for it to become a sport now, well, it's not a surprise when you dig back the history of yoga itself. And it's gaining momentum because children want to win some awards. The traditional way of yoga is very much kept away from people. You don't discuss it. You don't talk about it much. You don't ever talk about competing and so on. However, Yogasana, you will notice that is actually going to increase the performance as well because they are going to be judged. There'll be a set standardized syllabus for the whole world to now to control and manage. Previously, it was just handed over to other people. Some people even added their own asanas to it, and this was the situation. But now it can be standardized globally. So there are many benefits that's coming out of Yogasana as a competitive sport itself. So the different categories you're looking at is the traditional side of yoga, then you got the artistic side of yoga, and the rhythmic side of yoga. The younger generation wants more rhythm in their movements. So hence the reason why we have the rhythmic yoga as well. Now let's look at Yogasana was inspired by the spirit of the Olympic movement, and the World Yogasana is committed to developing Yogasana as a sport that celebrates human potential and embodies the principles of excellence, friendship, cooperation, sportsmanship, and mutual respect. Our mission is to promote the physical, mental, and emotional benefits of Yogasana while fostering unity and peace amongst all nations. And as many of you would know, that the principles of Vasudeva Kudumbakam, we are one world, one family. And this is in South Africa, we use the words Ubuntu. What means is we are one. And and living in the diversity of our population in South Africa, we are I am organizing my team so that they also will be from diverse backgrounds, religiously, culturally, and from a race point of view. As I mentioned, we are just in embryonic stages as well. We are giving ourselves some time to grow. There are many aspects going to be taken into account if we have to further our aims and objectives. For example, we're going to create an NPO, and this is a government necessity, and it will be registered by the government department. This will register us and license us to go to various organizations. So, what is our vision? Is number one, to get in contact with the sports ministries, the health ministries, and we're looking at the educational ministries as well, because if we can get this started in schools, and that would be amazing. From the health point of view, I am facilitating sessions on mental health care, and I see that with my sessions itself, which is the academic side of it, and when I add in now yoga and breathing exercises, even for something simple as panic attacks, people are finding immense value in it. And they know and if they make it a habit, on the spot, they can actually help themselves to bring themselves to normality again. So I see that happening. We get this feedback from the patients. So it's an immediate yes there. And, if there's any questions in the meantime that need to be asked, you're most welcome. But I just like to mention, I just want to see who's on the screen here. Um, I know Michael is here, and he's going to say for a few words what Yogasana means for us in South Africa. And then I have uh, Clarifo is a young lady who has a degree in accounting, and she is our national treasurer. So we want sustainability, and how are we going to get that if we mix the age groups as well? Because in Yogasana, the competition is 5 different levels, and that starts from 10 years old to 55 years old. So I would just like very quickly, Michael, could you say why you joined Yogasana and what it means to you?
Yeah. Namaste and greetings to all delegates and friends of yoga around the world. South Africa stands at a unique crossroads, a nation rich in diversity, spirit, and resilience. As we embrace the growing global recognition of Yogasana, not only as a practice of wellness, but also as a structured sport, we see immense opportunity for South Africans to participate, compete, and lead. The formalization of yoga as a sport provides our youth with new pathways, combining discipline, mindfulness, and athletic excellence. It also invites collaboration between the sports fraternity, educational institutions, and wellness communities to ensure that yoga is not only taught but celebrated as part of our national identity. We look forward to working with our international partners to establish Yogasana federations, training programs, and competitions in South Africa, building the foundation for recognition at the continental and eventually the Olympic level. We believe that together we can show that yoga is not just about poses, it's about purpose, performance, and the power of unity. Our country, South Africa, certainly has a deep and rich history when it comes to uniting people across different backgrounds. Certainly, this evening, talking to you hearing from me as well, the people assembled here, we are from different racial, cultural, ethnic, and national backgrounds. But through Yogasana, we are able to unite as one. We are deeply passionate about sport across South Africa. Just last night, our country qualified for the Soccer World Cup for the first time in 16 years. We will tell you that we have won the Rugby World Cup 4 times, and so on and so forth. We can tell you about about having a UFC champion, about cricket, various untold sport. We even have the world's strongest man. And so we do believe as South Africa, with our absolute commitment to excellence in sport and excellence when it comes to uniting across different backgrounds and our history of reconciliation, combining this, we can certainly bring a new flavor, flair, and insight to Yogasana around the world. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Michael. And I think you've said it all. Yogasana will now bring people much more closer, and we are using every methodology of bringing people of diverse backgrounds together. And definitely, Yogasana is going to do a lot more good in that area. Thank you. I'd like to now call Clarifo. Please let us know why you joined in as a young, vibrant person. Let us know about how you feel. Clarify, can you unmute yourself?
Oh, yes. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Reji, for that question. Um, my background is a bit shaky. I don't know if I should do the video or not.
Go ahead. You gotta be in the front line, and you'll never know. This is a good start.
Okay. Let me do this. Okay. Hopefully, I'm okay. Okay. Thank you, Reggie, for that question. So, as a young and vibrant South African, my experience with Yogasana has been both grounding and awakening. It has taught me discipline. It has it taught me that um, the discipline of mind, of purpose, and of service. You know,
Yes.
um, we are living in a world where everything moves fast and shallow. And Yogasana has reminded me to breathe deeply, to move with intention, and to live with balance. So the future of Yogasana in South Africa feels really full of possibilities. We are a nation that has always found healing through movement, rhythm, and connection. And Yogasana carries basically all of that in essence. I see it becoming not just a sport or practice, but a language of unity, wellness, and pride. So, and then the leadership, in terms of leadership, um, um, for Reji, basically, like Reji as my leader, it is an honor and a responsibility I don't take lightly. Like you have built this foundation rooted in structure, vision, and grace. And my role as an treasurer is to basically just water this and just come after your leadership and what we've started basically just to grow it wider and deeper. Yes, I
And would you
think.
like to mention about the pre-launch we had in at the Pretoria University?
Oh yes, that it was like a very wonderful, a very um it was basically a life-changing event where we managed to see and to to learn more of what yoga does to us as individuals, and in terms of like getting everyone basically to know that yoga now will be a sport. And yeah,
And what do you think about rhythmic yoga for South Africans who like the beat?
I think that will be, honestly, it will be really nice, and I think it's something that South Africans will enjoy more because South Africans love dancing. So if we're gonna do the rhythmic yoga, it will come both as a thing for basically a sport that South Africans will love since they love dancing, and it will be healing as well, for the mind, the body, and the whole wellness in overall.
And do you see it building the interracial diversity of our country, where we'll reach out with the opportunities of Yogasana now?
Yes, I believe that. I I believe that.
Okay, that's good. And thank you very much for your input. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So if there's any other questions, please, from the other people, please, you're welcome to do that.
I would like
Please.
to know a little bit more about your mental health initiative, Reji, as you mentioned. With the sports mental capacity, for the sports person also, the mental capacity is the prime focus. We know the match pressures, we know the stress levels and anxiety affect every sport, and the injuries in the sports injuries are the major concern in every sports. So when we talk about yoga, we also talk about the healing capacity, preventative measures of yoga. So I was just more curious your insight about yoga as a sport, which not only can help managing all the mental strength, but also preventative sport as well for the sports injury. So how do you see these two uniting, and what's your take on this? How you consider Yogasana will be doing it?
Well, teaching yoga first brought to my attention that not anyone can just get involved and perform all the asanas, because it requires a lot of flexibility. It needs concentration, it needs focus. So I chose mobility yoga. Now, in choosing mobility yoga, where you have to use all your joints, you're going to work with all your joints of your body. And I found that to be very beneficial. Firstly, where I practiced for 6 years at the addiction center, and thereafter that at the Netcare private hospital at the moment. And what I found that there's a lot of acidity because of firstly, it's our eating habits itself. It's our non-performance of our movements in our bodies, and the acid goes into the joints. And I found that some people, especially with addiction, had very stiff ankles or stiff joints, and they couldn't move it. And yet, after a number of sessions on this, they started moving their hands. I found people where they were totally paralyzed. But using focus itself, I know two particular patients in wheelchair itself being totally paralyzed, and they came to enjoy some little movement in their body sufficient enough to encourage them, inspire them that they can increase and move on. Now, even you see those kind of results, and that is one reason I continue to serve in my capacity. For sports, it'll be fantastic, absolutely fantastic. You are preparing your body. What your body is structured of, firstly, the foundation of it is the bone structure. Now, if the bone structure in any way has some form of injury, then movement becomes restricted. And this is where the mobility yoga, working on each joint of your body, and it can be simply done within 12 minutes. And therefore, it's not like time consuming. So, pre sport, they can introduce mobility yoga. I've had people who's talking from soccer teams at the pre-launch, talking to us about giving them lessons on this now. And that is so encouraging when you have people wanting to put this into soccer sport. And in every other sport, they can eventually will be rolling this out. So, well, all lot of sports organizations in South Africa, we'll be getting in contact with them. It's taking a bit of time, and I can understand why, because we have to move beyond the limitations of what people viewed yoga as before. So it becomes a surprise to many people that it's become a sport as well. And I think there will be much more sustainability for yoga on its own becoming a sport, because there'll be a lot more people coming in to practice yoga in different forms. And that's where I think Yogasana International is taking this vision through into many parts of the world. We so far have 4 countries in Africa that's involved in Yogasana already. And we're talking about this is just recently, as just a few 2 years ago. We have had countries like Uganda, Tanzania, and so those countries getting involved in national competitions already. So they are way up the ladder from South Africa, but we will get there. And then Mauritius is going to be organizing a international sports on Yogasana soon. That will be in December, and that is widening the scope for Yogasana overall. So there's a lot of opportunities. So anyone, if you're coming from any of those countries or you have friends in any of those countries, now is to ask you some of the questions about Yogasana. So perhaps you can carry this message over to them as well. So we'd like you to increase the publicity and exposure of Yogasana in Africa. But obviously, if you come from any European countries, same thing as well. Any Asian countries, you're most welcome to ask all those questions. Although we are in the embryonic stages of Yogasana, we will be able to assist in that manner. We know what it was to create the foundation for Yogasana in South Africa. So we look forward to more questions. I see.
I think there's somebody, yes, Nalinji, if you would like to, yes, please carry on.
Hello and good evening.
Good evening, Nalini,
Hello. So,
and welcome.
thank you. Yoga is my pet subject too, because I am a yoga teacher. And I went to Haridwar in India, which is at the foot of the Himalayas, and the Ganges is flowing through. Obviously, everybody knows that. But there's a huge yoga university there now, because it started as a little a tent on grass, but now it's grown and grown and grown. And I'm sure you must have heard about Swami Ramdev.
Yeah, well, Swami Ramdev is the president of Yogasana International.
Oh, wow. Amazing. I'm glad. I'm so glad. I wanted to say that, he trains children from, the surrounding areas, and, they have sort of grown and grown and grown, as well with him. Not only with yoga, but, they were taught as a school, and then they were also taught yoga, and they do some postures which are amazing, as a group yoga section. And so, I'm so glad I don't have to promote them now. He's already up at the top, right?
Yeah, he's our leader. Yes, he's our leader.
Okay.
And I would like to ask you the question now.
Yes.
How would you like to extend yoga, and which country you come from?
I come from London. I have written it in my chat. I've written it in the
Yes.
chat, but I thought I'll just grab the opportunity to talk to you personally. And I was so impressed with mobility yoga because you mentioned acidity, joints, that not only for people who drink, but people who have anyway got arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, they've got acid in their system as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And this would be so apt for them as well, this kind of mobility yoga. So I was interested in learning it, to also add to my knowledge of Swami Ramdev's yoga and other yoga schools that I've been with. So I run a class, 2 classes a week with
Yeah.
a colleague who also qualified there. And we've got like 100 students between us. So, between the 2 classes. So that's my
Well,
history. Yeah.
I'm sure our host, she's very generous with the time as well, and I'm sure she'll create a class, and I would love to show you the practices of that, and you'll be amazed how simple it is. Because
Okay.
I've also taken this to an old age home, where I found them just walking needlessly, lost the spirit of life and so on,
Mm-hmm.
and just bringing in the mobility yoga, because at least something simple they can work with. I always like to go from the known to the unknown, and this gives a bridge for people to get involved in yoga. I had one patient today who said, "Oh wow, I tried yoga and I couldn't do it. The flexibility is too difficult to do it. But when I showed her and demonstrated the mobility yoga, she took to it immediately. She says, "Wow, I knew it was so simple. It's just a matter of practicing it." And we talk about the acidity in the joints. It also comes from what most people don't realize, from stress.
Yes, yes.
So it is a big, huge challenge for the people internationally, because the World Health Organization have now said that mental health is an international issue. So taking from that itself, we have gone from COVID now to the next thing in life itself is the mental issues itself. And I think a lot of people discovered this during the COVID times, when
Yes.
they were imprisoned in their own homes, to know that, yes, the difficulties they're having with even their own family members. So it was time also for bonding also. So we have had on one side the impact of people actually improving the relationships, and on the other side, if there was weakness in the relationships, they broke those relationships out. So from COVID, yes, we did get some positivity from that point of view, because people can refresh in their lives and move on also. So it's very interesting that you've attended these places like the Himalayas, and it's fantastic. So please, I look forward to being invited to demonstrate this yoga. Can I tell you another thing about mobility yoga?
Yes.
And you come from London, you're going to be amazed that you can do this in bed. So in winter weather, you're going to
Yes,
enjoy this in winter weather,
true.
because Johannesburg, I know winter is yet to be quite severe during the winter period. But
Yes.
I can assure you this: when I do the yoga movements in bed, and I've said this to other people, they found it easier to lift the blankets off their bodies and get out to start the days. So here's another opportunity in favor of it.
It's true. It's true. Thank you so much.
You're most
So
welcome.
I would love to have your contact so that we can, get in touch.
Yes,
I don't know whether it'll be available in the chat because I have to leave to join another webinar now. Is this going to be recorded at all?
yes, I believe
Yes?
so.
Yeah. So I'll watch
Yes,
the
it is.
second half later.
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Nita, you will be able to put my details on the chat or in the recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll do
Okay.
that. I'll do
Okay.
that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank
Uh, just as Nalini has asked us some questions, please come forward with questions. Now's the opportunity to clear up the issues regarding Yogasana, and please do ask questions. Minta, would you like to ask a question? You're most welcome.
Hello,
Minta.
hello. Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm actually from South Africa,
Oh,
and
wonderful.
I actually didn't hear about yoga asana, so I'm very interested. Yes, amazing. Yeah,
Which part of South Africa are you?
I'm from Durban.
Okay. Yes. Everything started in Johannesburg. Durban and Cape Town will be the next two cities we will be creating leadership in those cities. And
Okay, lovely.
yeah, and therefore you can be. So please take my details and be in contact with me, so that when we do start something in Durban and Cape Town, you will be informed.
Lovely. Thank you.
Are
All the
you
best.
practicing yoga at the moment?
Yes, I'm actually with Hebels, with Sorobotra. So I do online yoga every day. Yes.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good. And Hansa, would you like to ask some questions? Hansa, you're most welcome. Unmute yourself, Hansa. Hema, you're welcome. Please, everyone is allowed to ask questions while the time lasts. Jasoda, Jasoda, please ask us questions.
It's just listening to is really, really good. Being a yoga teacher is quite interesting. And I was because born and brought up in Mombasa and coming to this country, and they were interested up there as well, so many years ago. It's lovely to see you and hear you as well. Mobility yoga would be lovely. We'd love to have some sessions from you as well. Looking forward to it.
And I would like you to expand this in UK, Yogasana in UK.
Definitely.
From South Africa, would like to compete against you in UK.
Yes. Yoga is not a competition, is it?
Now that's why Yogasana has become a sport, because we've got to cater for our children. Our children want to receive an award. They don't want to practice something and go home. They go to gymnastics, they play any other sports, they receive a prize. So you can't tell the younger people, no, you don't get any prizes anymore. Not in yoga. No, if they won't participate in yoga. And this is where we found it. If we want to sustain yoga, we need them to get involved in something that they want to do. It's their thinking. We've been inspired by them. Because we found that in many places, they are coming with this yoga asanas, but slightly different. They're using the traditional yoga, but they're changing it slightly, where they want a little more beat in it, a little more rhythm in it. And they are the ones, for that reason, we've been spurred on to move in that direction.
Well, that's exciting. Yeah. It's quite exciting when you say compete against it, especially children. And that's what they're looking for, aren't they? They want to feel excited about it.
Exactly.
They're rewarded with it as well, Good. That's very good. We would love for our children to do it, in England.
Yeah. Well,
in
now
UK, in England,
you can expand it in the UK a lot more. If you just find two children, even if they're about 4 or 5 years old, they are constantly competing against each other. And therefore, we've been inspired to take this much more further and make it a sport. And in 2036, we are trying to affiliate ourselves continentally with all the sporting organizations. And in 2036, India would like to introduce this as an Olympic sport in Olympics. So there is, the vision is high. Yeah.
Quite exciting news that is, going to the Olympics, with yoga.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. Great. Thank you.
So please spread the word out there in the UK.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, we definitely. I would love to see our children in UK doing yoga. There's only a couple of schools where they are doing yoga in the schools. Not many schools, only few schools.
Well, you can imagine if children are competing amongst themselves with yoga, they would be bound to join in much more now than ever before.
Yeah, that's a very good thought, definitely. Yeah, thank you.
Children like to be challenged.
Yes.
So the reason this will inspire them is vast. Yeah. Jasu, would you like to ask some questions, Jasu?
I think I would like to show something which you shared with me, Reji, just as what it means, and the wonderful girl who won the heart. Is my screen visible?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a wonderful video which you showed.
Please, please show it. Very important. Please comment box.
Wow. I hope everybody got a chance to see.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Just so amazing. And as I mentioned there, even with extra body mass, she should and make her body so flexible. And that's what we are talking about flexibility of our bodies. It's not about being super slim to be a yoga participant. It's just about going with the flow, and and anyone can do it. When I first started yoga, I didn't even think I would ever last there more than 3 months, and now many years later, I'm still teaching yoga. So to many people out there, I would like to encourage you to get. There's no such thing as time has gone past. Questions, please.
Last one. Yes, with clinical condition, how do you see that fitting all of us now, Raji? Because I think by when you say age, and I said you mentioned till 50, Yogasana competition is till 50, is it?
55. The
55.
competition's in 55, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They
Yeah. So
they
by the
stop it
time
at
we all
55.
are 45, 50, we are already having health condition limitations, severe joints and pain conditions. So with all of that, what are, with this age group, what we can do and how do we start to be part of it?
Well, firstly is encouragement, inspire the people that it can be done. I'm still continuing practicing yoga, despite the fact I'm a certified yoga instructor. I still practice yoga with my yoga master. I think she had difficulty getting into the program today, and she comes from Kenya. Amazing person. And I am practicing yoga, and I'm at the age of 70 years now. So if it's doing a lot more good to, I'm absolutely active in social circles. I'm still working, so that is something to say to everyone. You can do it. Yoga keeps you young, definitely. So I see this the outcome from uh, my teaching the patients at the private hospital uh, when they come in and when they leave, they are much more inspired to continue something that they never thought they will be ever be able to do. So that itself says something. There are smiles. I actually can get people to, when they come into the practice, within an hour, for them to leave smiling. They come in so depressed, tears, they're crying, and yet they leave out from the place smiling. Why? You change the body movement itself. You have now increased the oxygen level within you as also. You've given the body the love it deserves. So if we can spread the word that way, it can really be done. So please, age is no restriction.
It's wonderful to hear from you, Raji, but we are still very much looking forward for your mobility yoga. And I'm very much interested in rhythmic yoga as well. So not only South African love rhythm and dance, even all of us do that. So let's even create a rhythm that you start from there and we all can start joining. But yeah, these two wonderful variation which you shared today, I think we all will be lovely to join and learn from you to say how we all can spread I'm not sure about competing with you, but yeah, joining hands with you definitely we would like to do. But we would love to see more of these international competition and welcoming and see how the teams get along from UK, South Africa, and around the world. We'll be clapping for each one of us. But then let's reunite and say your 12-minute mobility yoga. That's definitely, we would love to see more on this global platform with you. Thank you so much for sharing. We have a very dedicated group. We would like to keep this discussion going, more of the thoughts going. Yoga Beyond Asanas is all about Yogasana to take all the different levels and bringing all the unity in diversity. So again, when we can do that, let's keep sharing. Reji is there. He can answer directly. Get in touch if you're in South Africa, so to be part of the team. And let's stay united and let's keep growing. Thank you so much, Reji. Thank you, everybody. I'll just stop recording here. Yes.